Something beautifully profound happens when you finally release the need for proof. Not in a moment from now, not when the external world finally hands you a physical confirmation, not when the circumstances you have been gently holding finally resolve themselves into the perfect shape you envisioned. Right now. And the reason this particular moment is extraordinary, the reason it carries a feeling of such rare, luminous, and absolute relief, is simply because you are fully in it. You, exactly as you are. With every brilliant thought that has ever moved through you, every magnificent feeling you have known, every radiant version of yourself you have lived, expanded into, and quietly returned to. All of it gathered, distilled, and breathing effortlessly inside this single, perfect, unrepeatable point in time. Welcome. Welcome to the radiant certainty. You have arrived. And I mean that not as a pleasantry, and not as a gentle way to begin our time together. I mean it as the most precise, literal, and triumphant truth that can possibly be spoken in the unified field. You have arrived at the only place where true knowing has ever existed. The only place life has ever actually been happening. Here, now, this. And you are already beautifully, completely inside of it. There is a magnificent secret that the oldest wisdom traditions and the quietest, most radiant corners of your own heart have always perfectly agreed upon. It is not a technique. It is not a method that requires years of discipline before it begins to work. Something far simpler, far more immediate, and far more joyous than that. The secret is this. Absolute certainty is not a destination you travel to. It is not a state you achieve by gathering enough facts or earn through relentless seeking. It is not waiting for you somewhere ahead on a timeline, just behind your next manifestation. It is what you are made of. Right now, the only thing that has ever actually existed is this smooth, effortless breath, this soft, open, watching intelligence that you call yourself, this quiet presence that notices everything, the sound of this voice, the feeling of your body resting exactly where it is, the particular quality of light filling the room around you, noticing all of it perfectly, without trying, without analyzing, without doing a single thing at all. You did not have to fight your way here. You did not have to earn the right to experience this moment. This moment simply is, and you are simply in it. And that combination, you, here now, is the most complete, deeply intelligent masterpiece the seamless reality has ever assembled. Feel that, not as a concept to be understood by your mind, not as a beautiful idea to carry around and think about later. Feel it the exact same way you feel the physical warmth of sunlight resting on your skin, immediate, undeniable, already completely present. You are here. And here has always been more than enough. For the vast majority of your journey, the old paradigm offered you a world of distance. It suggested that you were a seeker, constantly looking outside of yourself for validation. It implied that the wealth, the profound connections, and the unshakable peace you desired were resting somewhere on the horizon, and that you needed the world to prove to you that you were on the right path. But you are reading these words because you have beautifully, completely outgrown that story. You have recognized the simple, direct, utterly ordinary, and yet entirely universe-altering truth. The awareness that is watching your life right now, the still, quiet presence that notices your thoughts the exact same way a vast mountain notices the passing weather. That awareness has no edges. It does not begin at your skin and end at the air around you. It does not stop where the physical world starts. It is not contained inside your body any more than the earth is contained inside a single, temporary blade of grass. The blade of grass is beautiful. The feeling of being an individual, magnificent self with a name, a history, and a very particular, exquisite way of moving through the world that is real. And it is glorious. It is perhaps the most extraordinary creative expression this universe has ever dreamed up. The sheer, breathtaking specificity of exactly this consciousness, in exactly this body, looking out at exactly this beautiful life. But underneath it, woven seamlessly through every single moment of it, is the foundation. The always present awareness. Something that has never once been shaken by anything that has ever happened to you. Something that did not doubt when the world seemed to shift. Something that did not require proof when things were extraordinary. Something that simply, quietly, beautifully remained. A knowing so constant, so absolutely reliable, that it doesn't even feel like knowing. It just feels like you. Like the most natural thing in the world. Because it is. Here is what becomes breathtakingly clear when you rest inside this recognition long enough to really feel it in your bones. You are not experiencing your life from a distance. You are not a passenger sitting somewhere behind your eyes, watching events happen to you through the window of your senses, wondering if everything will turn out okay. You are the experience itself, and you are the certainty itself. The colors you see are not out there in the world, traveling in through your eyes and landing inside your head. They are happening in you. They are made of your consciousness. They are rendered by your awareness. They are given texture and beauty and meaning by the extraordinary intelligence that you are. Every physical sensation, every sound, every feeling of overflowing abundance or profound love. All of it is arising inside awareness. Inside you, right now. This entire moment and absolutely everything beautifully contained within it is occurring within the luminous space of what you are. This means something magnificent. This changes something fundamental about the story of who you are and what your life actually is. It means you are not a small thing inside a large, unpredictable universe. You are the infinite awareness in which the entire universe appears. You are the radiant space in which everything safely, joyously happens. The stars are not far from you. They are in you. The beautiful opportunities, the massive wealth, the people you cherish, they are not separate from you. They are physical expressions of the exact same single life that is expressing itself as you. Right now, with this one perfect breath moving through you, you are not separate from anything you have ever loved or longed for or looked up at in wonder. You are the awareness in which all of it beautifully, flawlessly lives. And now, with absolutely no effort at all, simply notice this. Not with a thought, not with an analysis of what I am saying, not with a subtle search to see if you are holding the correct frequency. Just notice that you are aware. Not aware of something specific, not tracking a particular sound or sensation, simply aware, open, radiant, present, here. That quiet, effortless noticing, that simple, undeniable recognition that something in you is here, awake, and graciously receiving this exact moment. That is it. That is what all the striving was pointing toward. That is the destination that every desire, every dream, every moment of genuine peace you have ever felt was pointing at. Not a place you haven't managed to reach yet. This exact place. Not a state you haven't successfully achieved yet. This exact state. Not a future version of yourself that is somehow more enlightened, more evolved, more spiritually developed. This exact version. Right now. Complete. There is a particular kind of peace that lives exclusively inside this realization. Not the conditional peace of things in the external world finally being resolved. Not the temporary relief that comes when a specific desire is fulfilled or a period of waiting is finally over. that peace is real and beautiful and entirely worth celebrating when it effortlessly arrives. But this is older than any of that. This is the peace that is fully present before the desire even appears and remains completely intact after it beautifully manifests. The peace that was quietly, faithfully there during every single chapter of your life, always available, always underneath, never actually absent, even for a fraction of a second. It is the peace of knowing that beneath every physical experience, beneath every high and every low, beneath every ordinary morning and every world-changing turning point, there is something within you that has never once doubted its own power. Something that did not crack, something that did not get lost, something that simply watched and loved and remained entirely certain. And it is entirely yours. It is not something you have to carefully develop. It is not something you have to vigilantly protect. It is not something that can be taken from you by any circumstance, any relationship, or any version of events. It is you. The real, foundational, unshakable you. And it is here, right now, as present and beautifully available as the air around you. This is exactly where the absolute magic of your actual life deepens into something spectacular. Because when you begin to feel this, not just understand it as a brilliant concept, but truly feel it in your body, in your chest, in the quiet, spacious place behind all your thinking. When you begin to arrive at each moment as someone who has absolutely nothing missing, something in your life begins to move differently. Not because you forced it, not because you applied a method with enough rigid consistency that it finally bent reality to your will. But because the quality of your awareness, the tone, the radiant frequency, the essential nature of the consciousness you bring to each moment is the very substance your physical life is made of. What you bring to now is exactly what now becomes. And when what you bring is unshakable certainty, when you show up to this moment as someone who is already complete, already arrived, already perfectly at home, the seamless reality around you begins to reflect that back. Slowly, beautifully, without any forcing at all. Not as a reward for doing the right things. As a natural law, the most beautiful, reliable law in the unified field. The same way a completely still lake reflects a perfect morning sky. Not because it is trying to, not because it earned the right to, not because the sky approved of it, but simply because absolute stillness and clarity, by their very nature, perfectly reflect what is real. And what is real in you is extraordinary. What is real in you has always been a masterpiece. You are watching this right now, and something deep inside you said a resounding, joyous yes to this truth. Something in you recognized this exact frequency and followed it here. And I want you to know, with complete, absolute certainty, that your recognition is not random. That beautiful pull you felt toward stillness, toward this kind of profound remembering, that is the most intelligent, divine part of you, happily calling the rest of you home. And if any part of this transmission is landing somewhere deeply true inside your chest today, if this feels less like hearing something new and much more like remembering something magnificent you have always known, I want to celebrate that joyous arrival with you right now. The comment section below this video is yours. It is a beautiful, curated sanctuary that belongs to everyone who has successfully found their way out of the illusion of effort and back into the radiant light of their own power. And I want to invite you, warmly and joyously, to leave something of your presence there today. One word, one sentence, whatever truth is most beautifully alive in you right now. Write, I am the radiant, unshakable certainty of my reality. Write whatever has gracefully opened in you during this time together. Because when you take that internal knowing and place it outside of yourself, when you declare, even in the simplest, quietest way, "I am present, I am whole, I am certain," you are not simply participating in a comment section. You are making a physical declaration to the universe. A joyous, powerful, completely voluntary confirmation of exactly who you know yourself to be. And declarations made from that level of profound clarity have a beautiful way of echoing through the rest of your life, organizing serendipities and clearing golden paths before you even take a step. And if this channel feels like a space where you want to continue returning, if you want these radiant transmissions arriving seamlessly in your life on a regular basis, gently reminding you of the majestic power you already possess, flawlessly reflecting back to you the absolute wholeness that is already yours, then the subscribe button is a beautiful gift you can give to yourself right now. Not as an obligation, not as a favor to anyone, as a simple, joyous, physical act of choosing to remember, choosing to return, choosing to be congratulated again and again for the fact that you have already won the game. That is all this channel will ever be. A pristine, brilliantly lit mirror. Every single video we create is simply held up to your own completeness, offering you the joyous opportunity to admire your own reflection. So here is exactly where we arrive. Not at a conclusion, because what you are does not conclude. Not at an ending, because the magnificent awareness you are has no ending. We arrive simply and beautifully at now, which is exactly where we began, which is exactly where you have always, safely, and perfectly been. There is absolutely nothing heavy you need to carry away from this moment. No complex insight to remember, no grueling new practice to begin, no fragile new understanding to protect and manage throughout your day. The only invitation remaining is the simplest, most luxurious one of all. Just be here. Not heroically, not with intense effort or strict discipline or a highly managed quality of mental attention. Just here. The way the bright sunlight is here, the way the air in the room is here, the way the quiet, profound silence is always here, resting underneath every sound, holding everything together without a single ounce of effort, without trying, without ever once asking to be acknowledged or thanked. You are that space. You are the beautiful silence underneath the noise. You are the profound stillness underneath the movement. You are the magnificent, glowing awareness in which this entire physical life, every beautiful, deeply connected, abundantly wealthy, extraordinarily joyous moment of it, is currently happening in absolute certainty. You are not on your way to becoming something magnificent. You are not almost there. You are not just getting close. You are it. Completely. Right now. And you always have been. The oldest, quietest traditions in the world called this state awakening. But perhaps the truest, simplest, and most joyous word for it is arriving. And you have arrived. Right here. Right now. In this exact body, on this exact day, with this exact beautiful breath. You are the universe joyously knowing its own perfection. You are the brilliant space in which everything good is effortlessly occurring. You are not a small thing looking up at something large and hoping to be chosen. You are the choosing itself. You are the knowing itself. You are entirely, beautifully home. You were always home. And now, you simply get to enjoy the extraordinary view.